What's going on, everybody? Southpaw Chris here, doing a video today on the Gerber silver Trident. This knife has been in my collection for a while. It's one of those knives that, you know, I kind of forget about. I mean, I don't know why, because it's such an awesome knife, as you can see. But it's one of those knives that you're not necessarily going to use every day, but for me, I think it's just pretty awesome just having it in your collection. So what we have here is the Gerber Silver Trident. It was created by Chief Watson of, I believe, SEAL Team 2 and Bill Harsey, who you know has done some work with Chris Reeve knives. They collaborated with this knife, I believe, in the late 80s or early 90s to come up with basically a knife to be used by the SEAL teams. Now, by today's standards, with some of the innovations in steel, the steel choice, which is 154 cm, which is a stainless steel, I believe nowadays the steels used for, you know, special operation knives are a little more complex. But for what it is, 154 cm does have a level of corrosion resistance. How much of that resistance, I'm not too sure. I don't know how well it would hold up against salt water. So what you have here is you have a 154 cm blade. It is powder coated. You can see the top swedge is sharpened, and then you have these serrations here, which I believe are used to cut and score wire. So if you're, you know, on a maritime mission and you need to cut some det cord, that's what that top line of serrations would be used for. You know, you place that up against the wire, kind of work your way through it. They are pretty sharp serrations, so I don't think they're really going to hinder the piercing capabilities of this knife. As you can see, that extremely pointed tip there, which would have no problem going through pretty much anything that you would push this up against. And then we have a line of serrations here. Again, I'm not really a fan of serrations, but in a knife like this that needs to function in several ways and cut different materials, I kind of get it. So that's why the serrations on the top and bottom really didn't throw me off. Now the handle is extremely ergonomic. I think they did a fantastic job with designing the handle of this knife, because it just gives such a great grip with bare hands and gloves. And that's why I'm wearing gloves, because I feel that this knife was made to be used with gloves. Now you can see this here cross guard, which is very handy. I believe it's made of a thermoplastic, heavy duty. You have a nice proprietary blend of plastics, and I'm not sure what all goes into the making of this handle, but from my understanding is that it is chemical resistant, heat resistant, and IR resistant. So it will not show up on infrared, I believe. You can see the scales are fastened with 2 screws here, and then 2 on this side. You have a nice lanyard loop, which I fixed the lanyard in a simple hitch knot. It also has a powder coated hammer butt there, which would be good for, you know, splitting rocks or wigs if need be. You know, I don't really want to split anyone's wig with this, but just saying, I'm sure it would be good for that. Let's take a look at the sheath. The sheath is actually not bad either. It almost reminds me of like an Eagle Industries sheath, almost like the one that comes with the Ontario Blackbird SK5. So you have your standard, you know, belt sheath here, which actually is MOLLE compatible. Strap here and straps up here. You have a nice front pocket here, which would be great for a multi-tool or a backup folder. And that's secured with a hook and loop. Then you have these grommets up top here to run paracord through if need be for extra security. And then you have this nice snap which secures the knife in with a line 24 snap. And then you also have this portion here, which is very interesting. See this little piece of plastic sticking up there, and it just has a little cutout there. And what that does is that when you place the knife in the sheath, you see this little cutout on the crossguard there? It mates up with that and gives it a nice positive snap. And then from there, you know, you can snap this, you know, and also have your paracord running through here if you need to actually jump out of an airplane during an operation. So this is jump ready, which means I believe it needs 3 points of contact and retention in order to hold the knife so that you don't lose it once you do jump out of the airplane, which will most likely be at night. So you don't want to lose that. 2 grommets here on the bottom to lash to your leg, and a nice screw here to actually remove the insert if you want to do some custom molding with a heat gun. So overall, not a bad package. Now this is made by Gerber USA, so it is made in their Oregon plant. So you do have some good quality control going on there, as opposed to, you know, their China plant. But this is just a fantastic, for me it's a safe queen, pretty much. You know, designed by 2 awesome people, you know, Chief Watson of SEAL Team and Bill Harsey, who has been designing knives and influencing the tactical knife market for a long time. And what you have is a complete package. Extremely sharp. Let's see if I can do a cut test here. And that's an envelope. So there's multiple layers in there, and it just cleaned right through that like butter. So there you have it, guys. This is the Gerber Silver Trident. And the Trident comes from, of course, the famous symbol of the SEAL teams, the Navy Trident pin. So it kind of gives some good history as well. Alright guys, there you have it, the Gerber Silver Trident. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and tune in next time. Thank you. Bye.